Christianity a religion or relationship? It is a relationship with God. Relationship defined by being born again. So, God and his children, the relationship is a father and his family kind of relationship. For example, you and your children now, the way your children relate with you, we don't call that religion. Your children don't have to have religion to relate with you. However, when your children leave home for the outside world, the way they behave, different from other children, will tell a lot about the kind of parents they have. Their parents must have trained them not to be this, not to be that. Oh, they are really well disciplined. Oh, I like the way they talk. They are courteous. You understand? And they are well mannered. It shows a lot about the home where they come from. So when you see a child, you can tell a lot about the background. The same thing when you see people of God, you will see some, nature of God being exhibited by them. So that outward expression of an inward state is what people call religion. But unfortunately, religion has been given different meanings in the world. If you look at the Bible in the book of James, it says, pure religion is to visit the fatherless, the widows, meaning that if you claim to know God, that's the inner state. You are connected with God. Then your outward form, you will be merciful to the widow, you will be merciful, you will be generous, you will be kind, just like God is kind to them. You understand? But if it is wickedness that you are showing, that is why I say vain religion is a religion whereby you profess to know God, but your outward life, outward expression is a contradiction. Then we say this is mere outward formalities. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not natural with that person. So people, that's why you see in the days of some people's worship, that is the day they put on an appearance of being people of God. But after leaving, you don't even wait for Monday to come. After leaving the church, in fact, it's like they've put, the moment they get home, even before they get home, so to say, they've put that God off in everything, hence in the four walls of the church. Those are religious people. But religion, the real religion is not the relationship with God. It is the outward, just like I've given the example between parents and children and the way their children behave outside. And also again, we all look alike as human beings. Indian, Asians, Africans. When you look at us with our outfit, you can say that's a Nigerian, that's an Indian, that's an Asian. You understand? Outward form, that's how we are expressing ourselves. And people can easily say, from the language, that must be an Indian person. From the language, that's American. That's a Briton, you understand? Because there is such the way outward expression. That's what religion is all about. And when you see Ifa people, you see them by the way they dress and the way they conjure and things like that. When you see magician, it's what they do that makes you, these people are magician. So when you see a child of God, that is something that we exhibit, our outward form of worship. It's not written on our face, but it affects the whole of lifestyle.
Our conduct.
And our conduct. So that's what people now call religion. How people outwardly demonstrate their worship of God. For example, your children will say, when mommy is praying, she always kneels down when she wants to pray to God. And your child learned that outward expression to God. And so also some people always close their eyes when they want to talk to God. They close their eyes. And sometimes when people see your outward form of giving, of loving, forgiving, being the way you talk nicely to people, which God himself calls fruit of the spirit that is in you. It's the fruit, That is what we call religion. So from there, people have carved the name Christian religion. That is people who behave like Christ, who have Christ as their object of worship.
Yeah.
That is some people can take that religion thing too far. Actually, there is a lot of misconception of how a Christian should live in the world and not partake of the sins in the world. You are in the world. You are to enjoy. You are to mix. But one thing is, at the same time, you are a shining light. And that light just shines naturally through your day-to-day activity. There are some things you don't just push everything over to God. It's just like children. You are not dependent on praying. My parents will have to do this for me, do that for me. When you come with right thinking, good thing, there's nothing bad in mixing your place of work. When you are in a place of work, be normal. You don't have to put up this religious spirit and be withdrawn, Participate actively.
Some people do that because they're scared they might lose that faithfulness to God because they might get carried away.
They are mistaken. I won't say they are mistaken, it's because of the teaching. There are many unbalanced teachings in this age, even in Christendom. When I say no balance, life must be balanced. I have been there, but I've come out of it. For example, and God also says that as we grow into maturity, things get better. Immaturity can make you behave some way. Some people believe they can do certain things, some believe they must not do it. You understand? It is the imbalanced teaching. And so when you want to grow, the responsibility lies on the Christians to grow and then understand how you are to take your part in the world so that you will not be called a religious person. I understand the way the world uses the term religious. When everything is religion. You don't even need to talk about religion at all. Live your life. Shine the light. And then there is a time when you just chip in some things. I will give you an example. In a conference, it may not necessarily be a medical conference. Lawyers are there. Doctors are there. Pharmacists are there. Physiotherapists are there. Let me talk about teachers are there. Parents are there. In that place, what makes a doctor? You are a doctor, but that is not the place for you to say, okay, I want to consult, I want to, begin to prescribe medication here. No, you are yourself. But there will be an occasion. If somebody in that conference is trying to, wants to faint, then you just show up. I can help. That's how that is when the Christian just shows up, I can help.
So as a Christian, when the occasion calls for it.
When the occasion calls for it, but apart from that, nothing else should distinguish you. Live life normally for goodness sake. You understand? When you go out there, you don't have to, it's a religious, when I say outward form of expression, this outward form should just come naturally as a relationship. Okay, for example, some people take it too far. You say, okay, for example, let us bless this food we want to eat. Just at the place of work, okay, let somebody just bless the food before we take it. This so birthday, and then you begin to say, oh Father, you take it far and far and far, instead of just going straight to the point. People say, oh sorry, here we go again. Here we go again. And okay, we want to have trauma, we want to have this and that. Oh, I don't think I can participate in that. What makes you not to be able to participate there? There will always come a time for you when you say, okay, I'm here, I can help. Just like I told you at the conference, the doctor. We all bought the plane to go to different destinations, different people, different occupation. We are there in the plane, and I've been in a plane, I've been in a plane sometime, and somebody had issue, and they now call, they were announcing, is there any medical person, please, who can help? That is the time the message somebody can just motion and say, oh, I'm here, I'm a surgeon. That is when a Christian will say, okay, can I come in? Can I come in? Even at home, you don't have to put up a religion to hinder the joy, the atmosphere. Let children be children. Let teenagers be teenagers. But there will be a time when they will need you and go, okay, come, let me counsel you, my dear. Let me do this. We don't have to wear it on our face. It's just something that is supposed to be part of our lives. And then, that's why I said religion is just the outward form of how we worship that God. But how we conduct our life tells a lot about who we believe and how that belief is affecting our lives. Since Christianity is a relationship, God and his family, the bond of the family is there. Even even when we are not over there with God, He carries us in His heart. And even though God is not physically present with us here, we carry Him in our hearts. In other words, God is always thinking and mindful of us. And I'm always thinking and mindful of God. Every day I pray, I say, good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Father. Good morning, Holy Spirit. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
And also, so many things remind me of God. There are times I just needed to do something. He wakes me up at the right time. I say, what a perfect timing. God is always around. He is invisible, but He is ever present. He still communicates with God all the time through prayer. And when we worship Him, it's like we invoke His presence. And sometimes God sends some goosebumps so that we can really feel that He is here with us. Strange feeling, and it's like there is that joy in the soul when we are worshiping Him. It sweetens you, you can't explain it. It's spiritual, but it's real, you know. So in the midst of that, you know, you be some prayers before you leave home, and the knowledge of Him. Not only that, we have the Spirit of God in us. He speaks, it's not just a thing, he's a personality. The Spirit will commune with Him. When we're about to go the wrong way, you hear a voice, it just tells you to do something. Sometimes God is ever communicating. And when you turn to the Bible, it's like you are seeing God's face in a mirror. I'm telling you, the Bible is like a mirror. When you see it, you are seeing God and you are seeing yourself in God. There's sort of communication. And after reading His word, His love letter to you, I see the Bible as love letter to me. When I read it, I see areas where I need to correct my life, and I quickly say, Daddy, oh, please help me this, and that we commune. It's a real relationship. If you look at the world right now, a rich person or someone with technology might say, okay, God is really not needed. But I want to tell you, every man in a quiet moment has some answers, questions that they want answered in this world. For example, even in the midst of pleasure, comfort, a time comes you are just quiet, and then somebody tells you after the enjoyment, and so what? What is it about life? So, you understand? Why are we all even here? Why am I even here? Now I have money, I have houses, I have cars, but I'm unhappy. What's going on? You understand? It's like I still need something more to satisfy me. The time will come. You have such questions. Okay, where am I going? When am I going to die? I just heard that some people die. It could be me. So what will happen to all these things that have built my company? Who will inherit it? So why am I here? Where are we going? What is the meaning of life? Why is it that despite all I have, there is no satisfaction here? Okay, I drink and drink. Sometimes to wipe it, to take away the pain I'm going through in my heart. And then somehow, after the effect of the alcohol is gone, you are back to square one. Then you wonder, this thing is not really fixing it. I still have, something is telling me that something is wrong. That's the way the Creator made us. That sometimes there will be things that will be pointing us to that inner void. Nobody can explain, but we all have the void. And we realize that the moment you connect with the Creator, you suddenly find peace. Even when your bank account is not fat, even when you have just little at all, there is that peace that money cannot buy. There is that joy that you are complete. Then suddenly the fear of death disappears because you know somebody has conquered death. Eventually, God will give you a reason to think of Him. The spiritual part of man longs for the spiritual connection with the Creator. Really. So that's why I say, with the advancement in the world, they make life comfortable. If you are not careful, you are comfortable to the point of forgetting God. But trust me, a time will come, you will knock at the door and say, God, if you are there, please help me. I need God.
Yeah.
True.
Thank you very much.